If you want to improve Blender modeling skills, simple objects like this soda can are the perfect place to start. By the end of this video, you will know how to model, shape, and add realistic details to a soda can like this one, so you can use it in your own renders or product animations. Let us get started. First of all, you go to File, New, General, then you open a scene like this. Then you press A to select all, then X, you delete everything on the scene. Then we go and press Shift A, just like that. We go to Mesh and add in a cycle. You see, this is our cycle, the one that we have added. Then we select our cycle just like that. Then we press Tab, we go to Edit mode, just like that. You see, this is our cycle, as you can see. Right now, our cycle has 32 vertices. As you can see, we are in the vertex selection mode here. It has 32 vertices, as you can see. Now, we are going to select some of the vertices on this side. We select 9 vertices on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, we select these vertices, as you can see, 9 vertices. So, after selecting these vertices, we are going to extrude them on the x-axis. So, we press E on our keyboard, then X, then we extrude like this on the x-axis, as you can see. Then after there, we are going to add some loop cuts, 2 loop cuts over here. So I'm going to place Control R, then I'm going to place Control B, which means beveling. Then I'm going to do it like this. You see? So we have added 1 loop cut at the middle here, and then we beveled it. So there are 2 now. So after there, as I'm still in the vertices selection mode, I'm going to select this outer part. As you can see, I'm going to select these vertices, as you can see, just like this. Then I'm going to place E on the keyboard, then S, which means I'm going to extrude and scale at the same time. So I'm going to place E and S, and then I'm going to stretch it out like this. You see, there it is. Then after there, while those vertices are selected, I'm going to extrude on the Z-axis, just like this. Then I'm going to scale. While the vertices are still selected, I'm going to scale it wide, just like this. You see, then I'm going to go back at the top. So this is our object. Now what we're creating here, we are creating the top part of our soda can, as you can see, the one that it is used for opening the soda can. Okay, now after there, we are going back again to add something in here. So I'm going to add a cycle again. I'm going to press a Shift A and add a cycle just like that with 32 vertices. Then I'm going to scale it like this. You see, at the middle, just like that. From here, then I'm going to activate proportional editing. Then I'm going to click proportional editing. Then I'm going to this arrow over here, and I'm going to place connected only, just like that. Then from there, I'm going to select this point at the middle here, as you can see. Then I'm going to click it. Then I'm going to place G. You see, when you place, you add the proportional editing, this cycle appears. So you control this cycle by your mouse wheel, just like this. You control this cycle. So I'm going to make it where I want it to be while placing where I've already placed G. Then I'm going to bring it in just like this. As you can see, yes, that's enough. Then from there, I'm going to disable proportional editing. Then I'm going to select all this part. Then I'm going to place F to fill. From there, then I'm going to place I to insert. I'm going to insert a bit inside just like this, just like this. From there, then after inserting, I'm going to face selection mode. I'm going to select this upper face. I'm going to place G. Then I'm going to bring it inside a little on the Z axis, just like that, to create a depth there. So from there, I'm going to select all just like that. I'm going to place frame selected. You can do that, or you can place period on your keyboard, just like that. Okay, from there, what I'm going to do now, it is very, very simple. I'm going to add another cycle. So I'm going to place Shift A, then I'm going to add another cycle. But this cycle now, we are going to increase the vertices to 38. Now the vertices are 32, as you can see. Now we are going to increase the vertices to 38. So I'm going to increase the vertices of this cycle to 38, as you can see. Then from there, I'm going to scale it wide. So I'm going to scale this cycle wide, just like this. As you can see, I'm going to scale it wide, just like that. You see, then I'm going back to vertex selection mode so that you can see the vertices. So while this cycle is selected like this, why have we chosen this cycle to have 38 vertices? It is because the vertices on this object of ours outside here are 38 if you count them. So we want to bridge these vertices together. So what do? I'm going to press Shift while this cycle is selected, and then I'm going to select this outer part of our object. After selecting those parts, now if we bridge them, they will come together perfectly, because these are 38 vertices and these are 38 vertices. So we are going to edge selection mode, then I'm going to bleach the edge loops, just like that. You see, the topology is good. The topology is good, as you can see over there. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to select all, just like that. Flame selected, just like that. Then I'm going to this part over here. As you can see, I'm going to select it just like this. You see? So this is our part now. So what are we going to do? We are going to fill this place over here, as you can see. So what am I going to do? I'm going to select this part over here while left in vertex selection mode. Then I'm going to press shift. I'm going to select this part also. Then I'm going to edge selection here. I'm going to bleach edge loops, just like that. As you can see, the edges are bleached just like that. So what are we going to do next? I'm going to add some loop cuts in here. So to create the shape, I'm going to press Ctrl R and add 3 loop cuts, as you can see, just like that. I'm adding some loop cuts in here, just like that. Then I'm going to select this loop cut over here, as you can see. Then I'm going to place G and move it down a bit on the Z axis to create the depth, just like that. So after there, I'm going to place them selected just like that, or you can place period on your keyboard. Now I'm going to straighten this edge. As you can see, I'm going to select it. I'm going to place S or scale. Then I'm going to straighten it like this. Then I'm going to select this edge. I'm placing S. Then I'm going to straighten it out just like this. As you can see, yes, it is good. You see, it is good and it is balanced, just like that. From there, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to add some loop cuts to strengthen the curvature of my object, as you can see. So I'm going to speed up and add some loop cuts in here. As you can see, I'm going to add some loop cuts in here, just like that. As you see, now it is good. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going here to the modifiers. That is looking like a spanner. I'm going to add a subdivision surface modifier. While selecting this in object mode, I'm going to add a subdivision surface modifier like that. I'm going to add up to level 2. As you can see, our object is good. If you go at the top like that, you see our object is good and very nice. Okay, so I'm going to add a cycle again. So I'm going to press Shift A. I'm going to mesh. Then I'm going to add a cycle. But this cycle now is supposed to have 32 vertices, just like that. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to press tab and go to edit mode. Then I'm going to bring it closer, just like this. But I'm going to scale it a bit, just like that. I want it to fit in this place over here. So as I'm selecting it, I'm going to fit it just like this. While it's placing G, I'm going to bring it closer here, just like that. So what are we going to do next? We are going to select these edges on this part. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then I'm going to extrude them on the x-axis, just as you can see. See, I'm extruding them on the x-axis, just like that. From there, what am I going to do? I'm going to add loop cuts, just like before. So I'm going to press Ctrl R and add a loop cut there. Then from there, I'm going to select this part and press Ctrl B and then widen it like this, so you can have something like this. Then after that, I'm going to select these edges over here while holding Shift, as you can see. Then I'm going on my keyboard and placing scale, then X, then -1, as you can see. You see, then I'm going to commit just like that. You see, this has changed a direction. So what are we going to do? We are going to face selection mode. I'm going to select this part while holding Shift. Then I'm going to place X and delete faces, just like that. Then from there, what am I going to do? I'm going to object mode, just like that. I'm going to select this and I'm going to hide it, just like that. Or you can just place H, select it, then place H on your keyboard. It is hidden, just like that. Then I'm going back and select this part. I'm going back to edit mode, just like that. Then from here, what am I going to do? I'm going to vertex selection mode, just like this. Then I'm going to select this part while holding Shift. Then after selecting this part, then I'm going to place F to fill the part. Then I'm going to place I to insert, just as you can see. I'm inserting, I commit, then I insert again, I commit, then I insert again, I commit, then I insert again, just like that. As you can see, now it is good. So what am I going to do? I'm going to face selection mode, then I'm going to place C for cycle selection, then I'm going to select these parts over here. Then from there, I'm going to place escape on my keyboard, just like that. Then I'm going to place X and delete the faces, just like that. So from there, I'm going to select all of it, and I'm going to extrude it on the Z axis, just as you can see, just like that. I've extruded our shape, our objects on the Z axis. Then I'm going back to the top, just like that. Then I'm going to press C again for our selection mode. I'm going to select these parts over here, just like that. Then I'm going to place escape. I'm going to place G and move it down on the Z axis, just like that. You see, then I'm going at the top again. I'm going to add some loop cuts in here, just like that. Then I'm going back to object mode. Then I'm going to add a modifier here at the modifier panel in the spanner. Then I'm going to to add a subdivision modifier just like that. As you can see, I'm going up to level 2. Then I'm going back to edit mode just like that, going back at the top. Then from there, I'm going to face selection mode. I'm going to select this part over here and I'm going to extrude it on the z-axis just like that. Okay, now I'm going to add some lookouts in here to get the form of the shape. I'm going to add some lookouts in here just like that. There, I'm going to face selection mode. I'm going to select this face and insert a bit, set again just like that. You see our shape is good. Then I'm going to shade the mouse just like that. As you can see, our shape is good. Then I'm going to add back our object as you can see. Then from there, I'm going to bring it this at the top in z-axis just like that, and then I'm going to hide it for now. So I'm going to select our object like that. I'm going back to the top here just like that. Then what am I going to do next? What I'm going to do next here is going back to edit mode, edit selection mode. I'm going to select this outer part as you can see. Then I'm going to the sides like that. Then I'm going to place G on the axis, and then I'm going to bring this up at the level just like that. You see, from there, while it is still selected, I'm going to extrude it on the z-axis a bit just like that. Then I'm going to scale it wide a bit just like that. Then I'm going to extrude on the z-axis again to go at the top. Then when I bring it down, then I'm going to place extrude and scale to get something like this. Then I'm going back and extrude on the axis just like this. And then I'm going again and place extrude and scale and bring it inside just like this. We get this shape. To get this shape, just as you can see, then I'm going to extrude on the axis just like that, as you can see. While this is still selected just like that, then I'm going to scale to get this shape as you can see. Then I'm going to extrude on the z-axis just like that. Then I'm going to extrude again on the z-axis just like that. Then I'm going to scale it down a bit just like that. Then I'm going to place F to fill that part. From here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert just like that to create the shape at the bottom. Then I'm placing G and bring it inside a bit just like that to get this shape as you can see. Now I'm going to add a lookout here to create a good shape as you can see. Let's go to object mode and see. Okay, now I'm going to add a lookout here. If you go to object mode, you see the shape is not looking good, so we are going to add some lookouts to strengthen it. Okay, now I'm going to add some lookouts here at the top. You can see I'm going to add another lookout there as you can see. I'm going to add another lookout there as you can see. And from there, I select it. I press Ctrl A. I apply scale just like that. Then from there, I'm going to shade smooth. You see, now we are looking, our shape is good. So what am I going to do from here? I'm going to bring it at the top just like this. As you can see, now our shape is good. Now I'm going to bring back our opener just like that. Select our opener on the B, then bring it at the top just like that. As it is selected on the z-axis, bring it down just like that. You see, then I'm going to bring it down on the z-axis, bring it down until it enters, then place G and bring it at the top just like that. As you can see, if you go at the top, this is how it looks. Very nice. So what I'm going to do next, we are going to add some lookouts in here to strengthen this part. We're going to add some lookouts in there. As you can see, now I think our shape is complete where we want it. As you can see, it is good. What are we going to do? We are going to add material. Then at the top here, I'm going in the viewport shading with the material preview. Then I'm going to add some material in our object. While selecting our object, I'm going to add new material over there. Then I'm going to click new. From there, I'm going down here, and because this is a can, it has a metallic nature, so I'm going to increase the metallic to 1. As you can see, roughness, I'm going to leave it at 0.5. As you can see, our can has a material of a metal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this material and type in this is our can. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to select this part over here. Then I'm going to add another material just like that, but I'm going to select it as an opener. Then I'm going to just do the same. Add here 1 in roughness, then leave it like that. You see, if I select it like this and go to flame selected, you see the material looks nice like a metal. It has a metallic look, just as you can see here, very realistic, like a metallic look. So what are we going to do next? We are going to add some other materials here. So I'm going to select this can, as you can see. Then I'm going to wireframe mode just like that. I'm going back to edit mode. Then I'm going to face selection mode. I'm going to select these faces just like that. Then I'm going to add another material in the material preview. Then I'm going to assign this material to this place. Then I'm going to place new. Then I'm going to come to color. Then I'm going to add this color, the one I wanted. Then I'm going and increase the shading just like that. Then I'm going to name this material blue can body just like that. As you can see, if you go back, this is our complete can, as you can see. So what am I going to do? I'm going to select all of this. I'm going to press Shift D and duplicate, Shift D and duplicate just like that. Now you see our material is very complete. So what are we going to do next here? We are going to add some platform. So I'm going to press Ctrl A, mesh. I'm going going to add a plane at the bottom there. You see this is a plane, then I'm going to scale it like that. I'm going to scale it again just like that. So I'm going to select this part and bring it at the top just like that. I'm going to select this plane, bring it at the bottom just like that. You see, select the plane, go back to edit mode, and then I'm going to select the edge selection. Then I'm going to select these parts while holding shift just like this. Then I'm going to extrude them on the z-axis to get this shape as you can see. You see, now I'm going back to object mode. I'm selecting these parts over here, and I think there it is. Our cans are very complete as you can see, and our solder can model is now complete. And that is how you model a simple solder can in Blender using clean modeling techniques. This is great beginner exercise to improve your hard surface modeling skills. If you find this helpful, consider subscribing for more Blender tutorials like this. See you in the next video.